Racer family, we find friends in strange places. Where do we find the mayor? Royalty, Canadian royalty. The mayor of Hinchtown? Oh, we found him in his place of business. Hinch, how you doing? Of all the offices in the world, a McLaren 720S GT3, it's a little bit better than a WeWork solution, I'm sure. Tell me about the office here, but kidding aside, final race of the year. We saw you at the beginning of the season. You also had Alexander Rossi, your friend and podcast host, part of the team. You guys have shed him, which tells us clearly they know which one of the two of you is the real talent. But end of the season here, what comes to mind about the year you've had with Pfaff, this McLaren, this GT3 program?
Well, first I got to say, I think a WeWork office has maybe a little more space, a more elbow room. But I do prefer this one. And yeah, obviously it's great to be back here at Petit and back with the Pfaff team. It's weird being the enduro driver and having a couple races at the start of the season and then not doing anything with them until the end of the year. So it's great to be back behind the wheel of this McLaren and kind of reunite with all the familiar faces with Jarv and with Marv, as we like to call them, Jarv and Marv, the Arv twins. But no, it's great. I'm super excited to be back. Obviously this deal has been something we worked a long time to put together, and we're excited to get the chance to strap back in and have some more fun.
So you're in here working pedals, knobs, adjustments. Tell folks about that. The steering wheel is a beautiful thing there, but this isn't just a case of you jumping in and driving. Since you said you haven't been here for just a little bit, tell folks about the process of getting everything back in a comfy zone for you.
Right. So, it's been since March since I was in the car. So a lot of it is just kind of reacclimating with a lot of where these things are. Buttons on the wheel, the knobs on the wheel, the dash layout. So I just kind of like sitting in here and getting my visual references ready, knowing what I'm looking down to quickly on the dash, during a lap, being able to kind of reach the important buttons without looking down at the steering wheel. Just making sure it all sort of feels comfortable and second nature when we go back out on the racetrack. So it's really just a function of kind of, like I said, sitting in here, spending some time and just getting comfortable with the surroundings again.
I love the fact that McLaren and the Pfaff teams also thought of a great place to put your sunglasses too while you're driving. So again, they think of everything here. Let's talk about you, Hinch, about this season you've had, not only doing endurance races here in IMSA. You've been on a lot of planes, whether it's one of the main voices calling NTT IndyCar Series races. Formula One loves the heck out of you. You have this amazing career development in recent years where driving race cars, international broadcast, domestic broadcast, you've done IMSA broadcasts as well. Tell me about the jet-setting life of the mayor, speaking words into microphones and putting speed into cars.
Well, I mean, look, it's a dream come true, man. Honestly, when I step back from full-time IndyCar, racing, and always wanted to get involved in IMSA, and specifically wanted to do it with Pfaff. That kind of Canadian connection is something that means a lot to me and some of our partners. And so lucky to get to do this while at the same time, parlaying that with hanging out with my old IndyCar friends and working for the last 3 years with NBC on those broadcasts. And then, like you said, the Formula One stuff as well. I mean, that's come on, 3 years ago I did 3 races for them. Last year it was 6, this year it was 8. So it's been fun kind of growing with that group as well. And I can't complain, man. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of days away from home, certainly, but I'm living the dream, honestly. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but I get to hang out at racetracks all the time. I get to drive some, I get to talk about some, and for me, it's been a really fun year.
Close on this, look into the future. We hope to have you still involved on the IndyCar broadcast side. We'll learn more about what Fox is going to do there. Hope to see you in more F1, but you're not a guy who wants to retire from driving and just do the flappy microphone stuff. You have some things working for next year. Do I need to put in a good word with Bortolotti and Chris Pfaff to do more McLaren? What do we got to do to get you racing more in 25?
Yeah, look, any good words you can put into Steve and Chris, always helpful. But yeah, no, I'm still waiting to hear what IndyCar and what Fox are doing on that side of things. Certainly I think I'll be back doing some more Formula One stuff, which is great. But first and foremost, I want to try to get a program back together, with the Pfaff guys and the IMSA program. So lots to be sort of sorted out and settled over the next few weeks and months. But hopefully we put together a program that looks kind of similar to what we had this year with a little bit of everything,
So I lied, that wasn't my last thing. Can we close with you showing us your amazing socks?
Yeah, I mean, look, you've always got to have cool socks. So obviously I'm not in my full race kit, but I took my normal shoes off to get in here. So I'm rocking these. We were talking before, I think they're maybe like Hudson Bay Company, which is very Canadian.
You didn't kill
socks.
Muppets to make those, did you?
Did not kill. No Muppets were harmed in the making of these socks. But if they're Hudson Bay, it's a Canadian company sitting in a Canadian car as a Canadian driver. I think it actually seems very appropriate.
Driving race cars, announcing motor races, selling socks. The James Hinchcliffe story, boys and girls.